Hey everybody, Derek Hotchkiss, Pioneer Spirit Properties here. I want to take a couple minutes to share with you some properties I'm excited about. 3 properties with adjoining property lines with access to the Sprague River just outside Chiloquin, Oregon, Klamath County, Southern Oregon. Anyways, I'll take you through this quick property overview. I've lumped all 3 into this one video just because they're so similar in location and characteristics. I've talked about most of the information on this title slide. Subdivisions, Klamath Country Estates. You can see the APNs for the 3 properties there, and I'll show you kind of a satellite view of how those are arranged here shortly. These lots vary in size from 1.62 to 1.76 acres, so roughly the same, and they are all zoned R2 rural residential, so you can build. Some of the answers I'll provide to some of these common questions during this quick overview are listed here. I'll let you read those for yourself. But these are just kind of the common questions I get about all my properties, and so that's what will be outlining here. So the location of this property, as I mentioned, east of Chiloquin, Oregon. This is Highway 97 that runs through Klamath Falls to the south, and then down eventually to the California border, and then north up to Bend is the next major population center. And then, of course, Highway 97 runs all the way north to Washington, but this is in south central Oregon. And these properties are about 15 miles east along Sprague River Highway here of the town of Chiloquin. Some other focus areas you have in this region. This is Klamath Lake, largest surface volume lake in Oregon, and then you can't see it on the map here, but up north of Fort Klamath here is Crater Lake National Park. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the physical location of this property. Everyone always wants more photos and videos, so I've outlined some here. These are the 3 parcels you can see here. They form kind of a upside down V or U around this property in the center that does have a custom home being built on it. Small, probably 1,000 square foot home. So this is one of the properties here along Chopty Drive, which is this gravel road running there. This property here is a separate parcel. That's a 1.7 acre, and then this 1.62 acre parcel here. That completes kind of the trifecta of these 3 properties. This is just some footage from the Chips Court side of the properties. You can see, and you'll see in some of the drone video I show, very mature evergreen trees, well-maintained roads there. You can see that gravel road. This lot is nice and flat, which a lot of people appreciate. And then again, you just see some of those stands of evergreens, sagebrush in the foreground. You know, pretty typical terrain and vegetation for South Central Oregon. This is just an outline, again, of one of those properties, the 1.62 acre, and I like this shot just because you can kind of see the size there and its relation to the Sprague River, which is obviously a major positive attribute of these properties. There are several public access points along here to get to the Sprague River. Another cool thing about these properties on the eastern border, which is where my cursor is now, this is 80 acres of state forest land. So you have this accessible open parcel, which also ensures you'll never get any encroachment on that side of the properties. And then here is some video. Again, I show one of the properties there, this parcel, and then off towards Chopty Drive being the other ones. This is a flyover. Right now it's flying over the 80 acres of state forest land, and then it comes in here to these 3 parcels, like you saw in the satellite photos, kind of surrounding this custom home being built in the center. So very nice trees. And then this continues on past Chopty Drive and just shows you can see the power lines throughout here, so power is available. You'll have to pull it to the property. But then, of course, the beautiful kind of meandering Sprague River. there is fishing in there, fun to float. It's kind of a typical Central Oregon river that's just nice and slow moving. This is just the drone kind of going around the perimeter of the property. Again, 1.62 acre parcel here, a 1.7-ish acre parcel here, and then the last 1.7-ish acre parcel on the other side of that home. But this again provides a nice kind of view of the elevation changes and the vegetation and the nice mature trees in the area. I'm just going to fast forward here a little bit if it'll let me. This is coming up to the 1.62 acre parcel. Again, you can see that custom home being built in the background, but you can kind of see here as we're moving along the road here, well-maintained gravel roads, nice flat parcel, and a lot of good vegetation and seclusion. And then I think at the end here, I just kind of do a nice scenic flyover of the Sprague River if you're not familiar with it. It's just really pretty. Okay, I think that gives a good visual. We'll move on to some finer details or facts about the properties. Like I said, they're 1.62 to 1.76 between those three parcels. Terrain is flat to gently sloping. You could see some changes in incline in that satellite video. We talked about the vegetation. We didn't hit yet on the elevation. It's about 4,400 square feet. Excuse me. With access being a maintained gravel road, you saw some of that in the videos. It's also located right off Sprague River Highway, which is a 2-lane country highway that's maintained in the winter. So you have year-round access to the properties. A lot of permanent residents there in the area. Power, already hit on that a little bit. It is available at the street. There is no well present. You would need to dig a well, and the average is about 200 feet in the area. I can show you the well logs on that, and that's relatively shallow for the Klamath Basin. Some areas get as high as 1,000 feet or as low as 1,000 feet. But being right there in the river basin, you get a lower well depth. Septic, you'd have to put a tank in. Taxes per lot are about $75 annually. There is a $50 per year property owners association fee. The association doesn't have any building restrictions built into it. It's all just a road management association to pay for graveling and plowing. So every lot pays $50 a year so that the community takes care of that for them. Camping, this is just standard throughout Klamath County. 21 days every 6 months, unless you have an active build permit, at which point it's unlimited. They realize people want to camp on their property while they're building. Like I said, these properties are zoned rural residential, so single-family dwelling, manufactured homes are okay. I get a lot of questions about animals, so the county ordinance is for small animals, it's 24 per acre. So you're looking at chickens, etc. Large animals not to exceed 2 animals per acre. So that's where you're looking at cows, horses, goats, etc. And then I think this is important, the comps in the area. So these are cash properties not offering owner financing. This 1.04 acre, there's actually 2 lots northwest of these properties, walking distance, listed at $27,400 for just a little over 1 acre. And then on the right there, you can see a 1.08 acre parcel for $22,000. Again, these are pulled from Redfin, so these are cash sales, not owner financing. I've got a better price per acre on my properties, and I'm offering owner financing, so I think that will lead to them moving relatively quick. I hit on owner financing. If we haven't spoken before, and this is the first time you're getting acquainted with my business, I'll go over the basics with you. Basically, to secure the property, you provide an initial down payment and the documentation fee. Documentation fee is non-refundable. That's $150. Everything else goes towards your principal down payment on the property. That also reserves the property for you, as my properties are first come, first served. Once that initial payment's made, I provide you a receipt, a promissory note, a purchase agreement, a land contract. That's all the paperwork we do to secure the parcel in your name. We'll review that together once you're comfortable with it and understand all the terms. Everything's signed online with digital signatures. At that point, I'll initiate an online loan dashboard that allows you to view the status of your loan, make additional payments if you like, view the amortization or payment schedule, look at the fees, so on and so forth. I don't charge interest. You can see there it's 0% interest. I offer a 60-day principal back guarantee. A lot of my clients are out of state. This allows them to secure the property, do the paperwork, and buys them some time to go visit it, make sure it's what they want. If it's not, no questions asked within that 60-day period. You get all your principal back. The only thing that's not refundable or any loan servicing fees, that's $10, the estimated monthly taxes, and the $150 documentation fee I mentioned at the beginning. And then lastly, I also allow current clients to roll their equity into other properties at any point in time. So if a property becomes available that you like better or you feel is better suited for you, let me know and we'll just roll the equity into a new property and go from there. So pretty flexible, pretty reasonable terms. Almost at 11 minutes here, or a little over 11 minutes here, so it's a good time to wrap this up. Again, my name is Derek Hotchkiss, Pioneer Spirit Properties. You got my phone number there, my email. Go check out our website, www.pioneerspirit.me. You can reserve these properties there by clicking a button and making the initial payment, or just check out the other properties and some other frequently asked questions, etc. Get to know us a little better. Thanks for taking the time. Hopefully this was informative, and I look forward to working with you. Bye.